It's the How's This Good for Anybody podcast, starring Rich DiPalentino, Steve Yardumian, and Tommy Leahy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I just went to the eye doctor. And
How'd that go?
It went fine, but they told me, they're like, well, because of your family history with diabetes, you might have glaucoma. So we're going to test you for that.
My doctor
You
said
might.
So for like 15 minutes,
Says
I
that to you
was
too?
like every time you go to the doctor.
Eye doctor, yeah.
Okay. But like I've been to the eye doctor maybe 3-4 times and I've never heard that. So for like 15 minutes, I was legitimately like very worried
scared.
that I was going blind. And I'm fine. So
Yeah, I was the same
what a
way.
great story.
Screw that doctor.
No, literally, my eye doctor.
That is going. I think we are recording.
No.
Are we recording, Tommy? Yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
I
say
know
it.
we're recording.
Yeah.
I tried telling you that. Listen to me.
Oh, okay.
So, I went to the eye doctor, and they said
You were the eye doctor?
I was the eye doctor.
He was. Yeah. It was like, switch roles with me. Switch roles with me, Doc.
Here,
Let
give
me
me your
try it
coat.
on.
So, no, but all seriousness, though, that like they were like, yeah. So I went to this one eye doctor that was different from my normal one because I was in North Carolina. I needed new glasses because I was sitting on the back of a jet ski with my glasses on like an idiot.
Check, yeah,
and my wife
yeah,
threw me
whatever.
off of it, and I lost my glasses. So I had to go to the North Carolina eye doctor. When I was there, they were like, yeah, looks like you might have glaucoma, so check with your eye doctor. So I'm freaking out. Go back to my eye doctor, and he looks at my eyes. He's like, no, you just have a thinner optic nerve. He's
What
like,
happens when you go down to North Carolina
I
and
know.
get medical advice?
Freaking Southerners, man. So, and they just said, well, yeah, like some people just have different size optic nerves, and yours has stayed the same your entire life, so you're fine. And like I was like, great.
Yeah.
I was stressed out for nothing. So,
Yeah.
Freaking eye doctors.
But that means I could get free weed, right?
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
It always glaucoma always reminds me of that scene in Rush Hour
Yes.
when Chris Tucker's like, "You better have glaucoma," and he's like, "I do."
I wouldn't
my
take it though.
gosh.
I would just. I'm not immoral like that. I would just sell it.
Is that's
So-
Yeah.
legitimately they issue that
You can
weed
get it
for
medical
glaucoma?
Yeah, it does.
Is that
treat it.
because of the pain?
No, I think it actually does help with. Like
What?
it actually does treat it. I
What?
believe
Sometimes
so.
when you
No.
can't see, just seeing things that aren't really there in real life is better than nothing. So,
I think it's schizophrenia.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rather hallucinate than be blind, you know?
Yeah. I have a story I could tell, but I'd probably get edited out, so I'm not going to tell it.
Oh.
I mean, you could tell it, and I could
You
edit
just
it out
edit it
anyways.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Not going to do that.
That's unfortunate.
Not going to do that. I can tell you guys afterwards.
You're not that guy. Hey, you're not that guy.
Hey!
Is that a TikTok thing?
Yeah. People are taking that scene and
Which scene?
I don't know what it's from, but it's just a
I
guy
don't know
saying,
what's
"You're not
from
that
either."
guy. Hey, you're not that guy."
Yeah, I've heard
I didn't
that
see what
multiple
you sent me
times,
today
too.
yet. Just so you know, I was at work. I was working at work.
Oh, yeah.
There was work that I was working on at work
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I was working on getting the work done.
How many different tiers of work do you have at work?
It's a lot.
How many tires do you
Yeah.
got in your car?
6. So
Cool.
That was a trick question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So guys, this is the banter part. You know?
Yeah.
Like when we start
I'm so
out.
glad you've named it.
Yeah, this is called the banter.
Yeah.
This is where we start out bantering a little bit, you know? And I feel like as CEO of this podcast, I needed to state that, you know?
Yeah, I'm so glad as CEO you've decided to take more responsibility than doing nothing.
Yeah, I've been...
Yeah.
It's true.
So who's the intern?
The intern?
Yeah.
I feel like the intern.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Tommy might be the intern.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
an audio visual intern. Like you can see him and hear him.
Yeah.
And also he helps us with the video and audio.
Sometimes.
Exactly.
So,
Hear that? That's audio.
Oh,
What's that
boy.
thing about like Jeff Bezos and going to space and like
Mm-hmm.
people are signing some petition?
oh, for him to stay up there?
Oh, yeah, to stay. Yeah.
I saw
Yeah, he's not allowed to come back. It's got like thousands of people's signatures.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Change.org.
I really want to see Jeff Bezos make a starship that has weapons on it, and then Elon Musk makes one, and
Oh my
then they go
gosh.
into space and fight each
Fight
other. And like the
I mean,
pilots, you know?
Honestly, that's the best outcome we could hope for at this
For
point.
sure. Yeah.
rather than just sending billionaires to space for no reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
who do people dislike more right now? Bezos or
Bezos.
Elon? Is it Bezos?
I think Bezos.
I think
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Elon Musk is pretty liked, I think.
You
Isn't
saw,
you saying?
I don't
you saw him on
dislike
SNL,
Elon.
right?
Yeah,
I
I
did.
like
I
Elon
thought he
a
did
lot, actually.
really good.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really cool that I did not know that he had Asperger's, and it was pretty cool that he came out and said
he
that.
came out and
It
said
was
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he joked about Dogecoin and it like fell off a cliff the next day.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
It did. But it rallied, and I sold
it did.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, on Robinhood? You get some stomach acid?
Oh, you got some acid in
Just threw it
there?
in my mouth, guys.
Oh man.
yeah,
You better
I
find
did.
a base.
CPR.
You better find a base to get rid of that acid.
Yeah.
Turn up the bass.
Bum, bum,
Boom, 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 boom.
So Seinfeld. Here we go.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is
We're not even 5 minutes in. And it's already
the musical portion. Give us that bass. Yep.
Thanks, Tommy. Thanks, Tommy.
What a melody. It's truly groundbreaking.
Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate
Tommy.
it, man.
Tommy. Tommy, did you have a sandwich today?
Gotta give the people what they want.
Did you?
I had a wrap.
You had a rap?
I'm watching Carbs.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
What do
when
they
you
look
watch
like?
They're small. They're tiny.
What season are you on?
Wait. That's like a great name for a show. Carbs.
Carbs.
What would Carbs be about?
Carburetors that have become sentient.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about actual carburetors.
Yeah, and they're really pissed about fuel injection.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And then they try to start a movement and a march to bring back carburetors.
It's like a Gone in 60 Seconds kind of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about House of Carbs?
House of Carbs.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
one. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's about a carburetor who's president of the United States.
Yes.
Who owns a bread factory on the side?
Yeah.
House of Carbs. That could be a good episode name.
That
Steve.
could be.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
Well.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, you want to introduce our guest?
well, guys, we're
well-
all here, and we're joined by Joe Wallenpopak Wendrychowicz.
Hi, I'm Joe Wallenpopak Wendrychowicz.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thank you, creator of House of Carbs.
Yes.
My idea.
Yeah.
Thank you
Trademark
so much for having
2021.
me. Big fan.
Of course. So you unfortunately know Steve.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like to talk
I
about
don't
it.
like doing this, but I have to.
Yeah. My wife makes me.
Jules makes you now.
Yeah, she
Oh,
does.
wow.
You
That's
will be
unfortunate.
Steve's friend.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So why don't you two cuties tell us how you met?
You tell it
Oh,
better.
no, you tell it.
better.
No, you tell it. No.
We went to elementary school together,
Yes.
starting in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And we've been. Hey guys, I'm talking.
Sorry.
And we have been good friends ever since. 30 years later.
Yes.
How
Mortal
incredible.
enemies, more like.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys have been
Good
friends for 30
and
years?
mortal enemies.
Wait, kindergarten?
30 years.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
kindergarten you go to?
We went to Valley Christian School
Yep.
in Huntington
The
Valley.
kindergarten of hard knocks. Yeah.
Steve, this is a true story. Steve would tie my shoes
That's cute.
up through first grade because I
Yeah.
was a late bloomer with learning how to tie my shoes, which is so sad to say.
You
But
should have
Steve-
seen how many times you tripped over his laces. That was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
and our first
tying his shoes together.
our first grade teacher refused to tie my shoes for me because she wanted me to just learn how to do it, which
Yeah.
is fair.
I get it.
I don't remember that. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Mrs. Thonis. Shout out
Yeah.
to Mrs. Thonis.
Yeah, shout out.
Thonus.
So yeah. That's
a
my
lot like Thanos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that sounds like a Marvel villain.
Daughter.
In disguise.
I'm Thonis, daughter of Thanos.
Oh my gosh. How did we not see it?
I know. She did have those rings.
She did. She had a lot of rings.
Yeah.
She
So
wore-
that's my earliest memory of Steve.
Yeah.
I can picture you giving him the look when you were tying his shoes, too, like, and then tying his shoes and staring
Yes.
at him.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say before I rudely interrupted you?
My earliest memory of Joe was when he dressed up as Caesar one year, and we all called him Caesar Salad for like the rest of the school year.
Yeah.
That was it. You know, that's as creative as we got back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was for some sort of play, right?
I feel like that was like 4th or 5th grade too.
Yeah, that's the.
It worries me that I
We've
can't
known-
remember it further back than that.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, my nickname in elementary school was Caesar Salad.
That's not a bad nickname.
It's not. There were worse.
Wait, maybe that
nicknames.
was like 2nd or 3rd grade.
I feel like it was like third-ish.
So 3rd grade?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll take it. I'll
Okay.
take it.
There are a lot worse nicknames than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
As my nickname is pretty annoying. Let's see.
Richard?
So
Richard is your nickname?
yeah.
Yeah, is there a way you
that's
could
it.
maybe make the conversation about yourself? Is there a way you could shift the focus? Possibly? Can you think of any ways that we might be able to do that? Or-
How much time you got?
Do people like put like just random adverbs in front of your just like say
His nickname was
you're blinding-
Junk Mouse. Climb out of the trash can.
you're blindingly rich?
Ooh, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, I'm blindingly rich.
It's not as
Yeah.
good as Junk Mouse.
It's not as good as Junk Mouse.
But guys, I don't want to make this about
Tommy
me.
really cut into that.
I don't want to make this about me. So
How-
we should go back to talking about other people.
Well, how often do people call you Richie Rich, and does it get funnier every time?
No, that's a great question. Great question.
And do your parents call you that?
No, my dad calls me Richard.
Oh, okay.
Man, I'm
He's
like,
French?
Yeah, he would like in the morning when I was a kid. I had to wake up at like 6 for school.
Was
Hate
this
it.
before or after your mom made you deluxe breakfast?
Okay, dude. Hey, man.
You're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play.
No. So, yeah, my dad would wake me up, and he would. Anyway, so he would wake me up, and my dad would shake me awake, which was really frustrating. And then he would say,
Shake you
"Richard,"
awake.
and yeah, it was really annoying.
Shake and wake, baby.
Shake and wake.
Yep, so that would happen.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So
Richard.
that's me.
Okay, so that was
And when
that
did
was
Junk Mouse kind of become
Yeah, when did that really-
vernacular?
end up in the mix.
That happened in readiness, which is before kindergarten. Tommy knows.
Wait, there's a readiness?
Yeah, I was in
What was that?
I was in the part for the dumb kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
What?
like, it's pre-K, but it was called
But it was
readiness.
called readiness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take a test when you're applying for the school, and you play with blocks, and you have to put them in
I
little
remember playing
designs.
with-
Okay.
Yeah.
What, really?
And my principal, Dr. Dawes, he did this little thing and made it to test me, and apparently I didn't pass, and I had to go to readiness instead of
Are
kindergarten.
you kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah, me
They
too.
had pre-K tests. Are you freaking
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, there
Yo.
was...
I didn't realize, though, until this very moment that, like, that's why I was in readiness, that I wasn't smart enough to go into actual kindergarten.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. I know, because I knew
They
people
don't want
that...
you to know that.
Those line snakes.
I know, because there were people I knew that went into kindergarten instead of readiness, and they were my age. You
Me
know?
too.
Yeah, annoying.
Oh
you know?
my gosh.
And like so I had to go to readiness first and learn how to draw on the lines and play house with my friends.
Yeah.
You could have been split up from like a best friend, and you would have never known.
Or your girlfriend.
like a
That's
future best friend.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Gosh. Man. Well, it worked out.
And so
But-
when did... Yeah. We'll talk more about Junk Mouse.
Yeah, so readiness readiness I was playing with toys and drawing in the coloring book, and one time I just drew out of the lines, and the teacher walked up and was like, "You junk mouse," and then it stuck,
Man.
So yeah,
What
it was
a
simple.
confidence builder.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
She beat me, but it was what I needed.
Yeah.
So
Full
Yeah.
disclosure, she didn't beat you.
oh
That was a joke.
Dang it.
I'm a mandated reporter
darn, she didn't.
as a youth worker, so I will need to report that.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, please. So enough about me, guys. You know, I don't want to make everything about me.
Yeah, but I mean,
Even though you mostly
We
do.
can circle back.
Yeah, we'll
that
get
sounds good.
It's-
We'll
yeah,
come back
I
to
mean,
what I.
Yeah. We'll circle it, and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
To it.
So Steve,
What
you,
happened?
You take point.
No. It's your time.
Nah.
It's your time.
Nah.
No, don't.
I'm done with it.
We're gonna talk about conspiracies. right?
I'm done with it.
I'm done with
I'm
it.
done with it.
So
Timing is everything.
That's awesome.
actually, I want to talk about something.
Okay.
So Joe,
Yes.
I hear that you are into the improv scene.
I am, yeah. Big time.
That's cool. So where do you do improv?
So I started taking classes at a place called Philly Improv Theater down in Center City.
I have been there.
Oh, yeah?
I think I've been there. Do
you-
they have free workshops they do like on Wednesday nights or something?
They do, yeah.
I went to one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you remember who your instructor was?
I think it was Catherine, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I don't want to overstep.
Or was it Billy?
No, it was two women. I don't remember their names at all.
But it was two women who were one woman, or was it
Yeah,
like
they
two
were one
separate?
flesh.
Yeah, and they keep.
No.
They
I mean, like
just
somebody
became
with
two
multiple
people? Is that-
personalities.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
Oh, yes.
I'm Catherine, but I'm also.
Some multiple
And she turned around and was a different
personality
person in the back.
syndrome there. Okay.
It's like Voldemort in the first
Oh,
Harry Potter
yeah,
movie.
right.
This kind of
just-
unwrapped her turban.
Stuck the back of the other person's head.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's interesting.
Philly Improv, it's called.
Philly Improv Theater.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so I started taking classes back in 2014, and it was like one of those things where like immediately knew it was going to be my thing. And yeah, I've been pretty much performing consistently ever since. And then over the pandemic, I started like a improvised podcast just so I had like a reason to keep doing
That's cool.
improv. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been awesome. Met a ton of really cool people through it. I've got to travel a lot because of it. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like
very,
when
very
you
fun.
perform, is it like a group from Philly Improv that performs that you like are in?
Yeah, most of the shows I've done were at this theater and were on teams that were cast by the theater. But then we also have like what they call indie teams, which is just like friends that get together and like, hey, we're gonna start a team, and you know, there's like bars and small theaters around the city that have like indie nights and stuff like that.
cool.
So yeah, it's a good time.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew any of this.
How?
Steve-
Okay,
No,
I'm
I-
interested. Like when you go to an improv show, like I've never been to an improv show. Like, is it like a whose line is it anyway kind of setup, or like how does it work?
So there's like two main forms. There's short form, which is whose line, which is like, we're going to play this game now. And then 2 minutes later, you play a new game and it's completely separate from what you just did. And then there's long form, which is what I do. And there's a lot of different ways to do it, but basically you get like one word or one sentence or one idea, and then you build like a 30 to an hour long show based off that one idea.
That's amazing. That's cool.
Yeah. So
And is it usually like serious, or is it bizarre, or is it like?
I mean, the goal is for it to be funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can get bizarre. A lot of times it can just not be funny just because, you know, not every night's your night.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it is considered comedy, and so ideally it's funny.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So I went there for one of their like free improv nights where you can go up and do it, whatever. Most embarrassing thing in my life. But what do you think is like, because like my wife tried to get me to do it. She was like, "Hey, you'd be great at it." I was like, "Okay," and then I feel like I bombed it. But like, what is like the secret to it? Like, is it like more of like a headspace that you're in? Like it's just like you're confident, you can just do it, or like what do you find is like when you're on and you're doing it really well? Like what's the thing that gets you to do it really well?
What's happening that you would say, oh, this is I'm doing well?
Yeah,
I think the big secret is to don't try to be funny. Like just respond honestly, like how you or your character would respond if this was a real situation. That was my phone.
That was an improv.
I see what you did there.
And then then it kind of just takes care of itself, because if the audience can tell when you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes uncomfortable for everybody.
Good PTSD. Right?
So
Yes.
I mean, really, our audience, they know we try too hard.
Oh, that's what
All
this show
the time.
is about.
Yeah, we just tried so hard.
Well, it's interesting because like I feel so when I do the podcast or I'm hanging out with friends, like I feel like I do like a character of my true self a lot, and then like when I was doing improv, it felt like that wouldn't work. I don't know. It was just like it was not working for me. It was very tough. Like there were hardly any laughs. I just wanted to. I just wanted to rub you on the curtain and just save it, but I couldn't.
I think that's the experience for a lot of people when they first start doing it. I mean, it took me a good probably 2 or 3 years before I really felt like confident that I was going to go out there and
for
be
2 or 3 years.
Yeah. And the trick is to just when you're in a scene, find the first unusual thing that happens and then just like play with that and respond to that honestly.
That's interesting.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Man.
I love
then
how
we
we
do
get
wanna-
serious about comedy.
Do you want to do improv
Like, we're
right
just-
now? Do you wanna-
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna do it this time. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Let's just.
Why don't? All right. I'm gonna give you a word, and then the three of you will do a scene. And the trick is, whatever that word makes you think of, just one of you think of an opening line, okay, and then you just continue to build off that. All right. And here's the rules of improv. Within the first 30 seconds, we should know who you are to each other, where you are, and what the unusual thing is about this scene. All right?
Okay.
Or I can give you a location to start.
Oh man.
Yeah.
There's so many things now.
Yeah.
All right.
I just
Hang
got
on. I got to get serious about this.
I'm gonna need to have a
Yeah.
sip of salmon.
We're all just like,
Have you ever
hold on.
Have you ever stopped recording in the middle of an episode?
Yes. We did once.
Wait, what opener?
Bottle opener?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, who has it? Oh, you have it?
There we go.
Oh, look at that. You have it.
So we did once. And for our listeners, that was the Alex Gideon episode because Alex was taking way too long to get his story done, and we paused it and told him to get his act together.
Oh, we did.
Remember that?
I had to drop
like,
that
we're gonna
out.
take a break.
That's
Remember that?
right.
Oh yeah.
And well, that's right. He also had to go back to the bathroom
Well, yeah,
because
because he's Alex Gideon.
he's Alex and he has to pee every 45 minutes.
That's
Interesting.
generous.
Yeah. Well, it is. Yeah. All right.
You ready? So
Oh,
I'm
I'm so nervous.
giving you a word.
Yeah.
All right. Your word.
Nervous.
Your word is brick wall. Oh, that's 2 words. Crap.
I can't believe it's not brick wall.
Tommy, I'm gonna need you to start on the brick wall project.
I've been
If,
working out in the heat all day and I'm sweaty, master. Qui-Gon, sir. Hold on. We start over.
We're so bad at this.
That's really bad.
So yeah, there's a lot of workshops you can take around the city.
That was so bad.
We didn't even get Rich involved in that one.
Let's try again.
We went downhill so
All right.
fast.
All right, new word. Boardwalk.
I can't believe it's not brick wall. All right.
Boardwalk.
Yo, I saw you digging a hole under that boardwalk the other day. What's that about?
That's where I keep my golden ticket. It's and all my seashells.
All right, we found the unusual thing.
Yo, show, what's the golden ticket about? Were you gonna bury it?
Well, I buried my golden ticket because
Freeze! Let's go. Bam!
I'm not even in the scene.
What did he whisper to you? Tell me what he whispered to you. He says he has a gun.
Oh, can we circle back to Steve and I's friendship?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
90% of our friendship is just quoting The Office.
Really?
Oh, it's the best show ever, man.
texting office quotes to each other constantly.
I just started watching
Yeah.
it again. I'm enjoying it all over again. Man.
Such a
So would
good
you
show.
say like some of the humor out in The Office is kind of like you finding that funny? Did that sort of inspire the like? Oh, I might want to try some comedy.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't think it really had much to do with me starting improv. But you know Zach Woods, who played Gabe
Yes.
Yeah,
don't
I
get
love
it.
him.
Yes.
Gabe's my favorite character.
Are you kidding?
Really?
He's like really big in the improv scene.
Really?
And I went to
I could see that.
I went to a random show at a theater called UCB in LA, and he was in it, and he just like was incredible. It was, like,
I could totally see that from him being an improv guy. That's cool.
yeah.
He and Nate, I think, are the most underrated characters in that show.
Yeah.
The caricature of Gabe is funny in a way that like you want to hate him, for sure.
Yeah.
There's that, but I don't know. I don't know that
you guys
his.
tried sticky quips. It's a kind of cool, quirky way.
That's true. There were some good game moments.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being tackled by a skeleton.
I think
so
the problem
bony.
is the late seasons of The Office are just bad.
It is.
You know?
It was rough.
I enjoyed them
It was
still.
kind of rough. Yeah, I did too, but they were just it was not as enjoyable.
It's
They
not
have their
like
moments.
Star Wars bad, though.
Oh,
It's
no.
not
Right.
like
Nothing
this.
Star Wars bad.
No
Yeah.
sequel Star Wars bad.
Yeah.
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 Oh, do
did you-
you want to talk about that thing that I texted you today? Because I saw this on Instagram yesterday, and it really fired me
Go
up.
ahead. Go ahead. Do it. You won't.
No, I'll save it.
What are you saving it for?
I don't know.
All right, let's think of something else to talk about.
Okay.
Yes.
Instead of-
Improv wise?
Brick wall?
Brick wall.
Let's circle back to brick wall real quick.
Were we going to do that?
What are we gonna do?
Okay. I thought of something once we were done talking about it, and
Oh,
now
you
I
did?
forget what it was already. So you guys do your thing, and I'll think about it.
I kind of want to go
Wait, what do
circle
we-
back to I can't believe it's not brick wall, and kind of imagine like a store bought kind of like cream jar with like a kind of like a brick wall like pasty thing. And
Yeah, you're
and you
describing
can
the
put the
scene
brick
right
wall
now.
on your bread.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't believe it's not brick wall.
Yeah. Now, Tommy, have you done all of the market research for this?
Yeah,
What does this look like to the normal person folk out in the world? And
Give me cup of brick wall. Give me cup of
people have asked you.
squeeze out that brick wall.
People have asked you about brick wall.
People ask me about brick wall
Really?
at night. All
At
the
night?
time at night in
Who?
my dream sleep.
Is this empirical research, or is this?
A man asked me about brick wall
Anecdotal?
in my night sleep.
Doctor, he's been doing this nonstop for 3 weeks. Please help him.
Doctor, eat my brick wall.
Nurse,
Me
nurse,
eat
I'm
brick
trying.
wall.
Okay, you're gonna have to bear with me.
Is that nurse?
As this is the first time I've had a patient
But
who
But all
has
it
been
is-
consumed by brick wall.
It's
Brick
just
wall.
nonstop.
Okay.
He said that his entire family was killed by a brick wall, but I looked it up last night and his entire family's still alive. So please tell me what's going on.
Well, what do you think we should do? Do I need to set him up for some shock therapy?
I think that's a great idea, Doctor, because it
Wall.
is the year 1963 right now.
It is?
And
All right.
scene.
That was real bad.
All right, that actually wasn't
Oh, it was
terrible.
great.
that
Yeah.
was people would pay money to see
the
that.
best
Oh,
one
yeah.
so
$50
far.
at least at Ticketmaster.
And we
It was
get like
the best part of
30%
the
of the
podcast so far.
and Ticketmaster gets like 10% of the profits of it. So
Right,
we
but
only
we
make
could
like
go on
37.
strike, kind of like the band Pearl Jam did in the '90s, and not let them include that $2 upcharge service fee.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like
Before we even tour, let's go on strike.
we'll start on strike, and then there'll be nowhere to go but
we're going
up.
on strike.
But
then
think
we're
of
gonna
the-
go on tour.
Think of the publicity that we would get.
Oh my gosh.
You know, people,
People
be like,
would be like, band on tour already goes on strike.
yeah, and then, like the news, how they say things would be like, a new band designated to go on tour is already on strike. You know, and then it shows us going like, we want more money. We want, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be an
I
article.
feel like a
on
lot
the
of
Hard
people could
Times.
relate.
Yeah.
Do you ever read the hardtimes.net?
Yes. Yes. That's a satirical
Oh,
site.
yeah, satirical.
Okay, between the Hard Times, the Onion, and Clickhole,
Oh,
what's
Clickhole.
funnier?
Clickhole.
I think Clickhole.
Clickhole's
I'm so
pretty
glad you guys
highbrow.
all know Clickhole.
Yeah.
It's great.
I would
Yeah.
like sometimes it's like I feel like recently, like a Clickhole is perfect. Like the most, humorous thing I follow 95% of the time. 5% of the time it's like, I just can't. I can't look at this. Like, or I can't show my friend this. This is too
It's
far.
true.
Like,
It
you,
is.
You took it just a little bit.
A little too far.
Like right after, like I think it was.
By the way, your peas are popping.
That's because I don't have my pop
I know.
filter on.
Yeah.
But that's part of the charm.
Okay.
I feel like.
All right.
You just pee popped a bee right there.
Just
by the
pee
way.
pop that bee.
Um,
I feel like
when
that's a,
when Prince
it's a censored
Prince
line
William,
from a movie right
was it
there.
Prince William, Prince Philip.
Oh yeah.
Prince Philip died.
The Queen ones?
The Queen articles, which were really
Oh
funny.
gosh.
But like, why would you put one out right
Right
when that
as,
happened? And it was
yeah.
like about Prince Philip.
No, I found it funny, but that's a problem with me.
I know, but it's just
that's
like
a hard
such a
problem that I
messed
have.
up.
I don't remember the. I'm sure I saw them, but can you just say one?
I mean,
It was just her like not being able to like. It was like her writing ability, like writing a letter.
they're doing this whole
Yeah.
series of like the Queen not being able to type and figuring out how to use a computer.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it
and
is.
Typing her thoughts.
I would say it's a little too soon. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the day
I mean,
after.
the Lincoln assassination just became funny. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need to see this.
yeah.
I need to see this this ceremony like I need a hole in the head.
No, Anakin killing younglings, that became funny the moment it happened.
Before it happened.
That was almost immediately.
Yeah.
Even the younglings were laughing.
That's true.
Ellen.
This is ridiculous.
Anakin, what are you doing?
No, stop. No, really stop.
When he killed younglings, is it sand people?
No,
Or-
it was kids.
No, that was before.
It was children.
The
Oh,
Sand
in
People
the
was in
Jedi
Attack
Temple.
of the Clones.
Yeah. Did you know
That was the women and children 2 line.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Did you know in the, I think it was the Star Wars Episode 3 video game, there was a deleted mission where you actually are fighting younglings and killing them, and you can find footage of this of this removed mission in the game.
Oh my goodness.
I can see the developers doing it like as a meme,
Yeah.
and then like be like, "Hey, look what I coded." Oh boy, this is going over real well in Lucasfilm. Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yep.
So, yeah. Well, there you go, guys.
Well, that was some improv. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
I think, where would you rate us on a scale of like,
Don't rate us.
scale of
Don't
1
do
to 10?
Mm-hmm.
Like, on a scale of 1 to Joe, how good were we?
One to Joe.
Yeah.
About Joe.
Oh, wow.
You've never seen me do it, so I could be terrible for all you know.
No,
That's true.
I don't believe you.
So,
Do you have ever stuff get on YouTube that you've been in?
That was a great worded question.
There
right
Thanks.
are-
I'm
Does
nervous.
does the things you've been
Master
YouTube
Qui-Gon,
been
sir,
on?
I'm tired.
Do you have the YouTubes?
yeah, so the Philly Improv Theater does have a YouTube channel, and some of my shows are on there. Cool. So
We should look it up.
We should look him up.
we should do a reaction video right now.
Oh gosh!
Interesting. Do you guys know anything about hot soup? If you can put
What
it in a
kind?
hydro flask?
In a hydro flask?
Yeah, can you put hot soup in a hydro flask?
I think so.
Like,
Do you
I'm
mean
talking like peas.
You
and
mean like the
carrots
alcohol
in a broth.
flasks?
you're,
no,
talking,
hydro flask.
you're talking about the soup flask.
Oh, like
things.
the thermoses.
Yeah, but it's a hydro flask.
Oh, like
They're metal.
like the Nalgene.
Yeah.
Oh, like Yeti type thing.
What if you put
You said
soup
metal?
in an Nalgene?
Would you
Can
say?
you imagine somebody putting like stew in an Nalgene?
I mean, the heat would.
Carrying it around and just taking a swing on a hot day.
Why is there tomato soup running down your face?
I'm thirsty.
What are you doing?
I'm talking here.
Just burning your throat. And there's just tomato soup running down your chin.
Hey, go get me a grilled cheese for this tomato soup.
You go for a run, and after the run, you drink tomato soup. And like, you're in your jogger outfit, you're drinking it, and there's just tomato soup.
Just like people staring at you, like, it's the blood of my enemies. What do you want? Oh my gosh.
Chunky lemon milk.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Do you know what movie's dumb?
What movie?
Venom.
I didn't see it, but
I didn't see it.
I
heard
didn't see it
wasn't
either,
that
and I know that it's dumb.
Wow.
Eddie.
That was.
I do love me some Tom Hardy,
in your
though.
head. You're a loser, Eddie. No.
good. Is that what Tom Hardy
That's
sounds
what he
like? in
sounds
Venom?
like.
I did see it.
How
think
was
it's
it?
dumb?
It was dumb. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to totally see the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel with the
I would
Fast and
see the
Furious
first one
movies.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then the second one's Carnage, right?
I don't know.
it is.
Is that what that is? That like the next evolution of Venom? Is
Yeah, I
Carnage?
saw that.
No,
crazy
he's
shit.
fighting Carnage in it.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Venom and Carnage don't get
They're
along well in the
different?
comics.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I don't know any of this stuff.
Carnage is scary, man.
He is.
Did you ever play the Amazing Spider-Man video game?
Yep.
It was like I had it on PC,
Mm-hmm.
and like Carnage is the last guy that you have to beat.
That was the old game, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
I
so
played that game.
scary. I
Yeah.
still have anxiety thinking about the last.
That was a
level.
tough battle. That was a great game.
Where you're running through the hallways away from Carnage and you need to escape.
Yeah, that was a hard game. Like,
How
games
did
back
you
then
ever
were
calm
difficult.
yourself down?
He hasn't.
I watched YouTube gameplay of somebody doing this. I haven't played a video game in years, but like I went on YouTube not that long ago to watch gameplay of this, and it was like just as scary to watch it.
Calm down. Calm down.
I've been playing the Tony Hawk, the new one.
Really? There's a
And,
new one.
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't that
it came
the
out
one
like a
and
year
two?
ago. Yeah, one,
One
and
and two retro.
Yeah.
Do you have
Yeah.
PS?
At PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good question.
And I go on YouTube to figure out how to get some of these goals done because
Yeah.
some of them are impossible, and I get stressed out just watching it. Like, I'll never be able to do this. Like,
Oh yeah.
get the secret tape in 30 seconds.
Give me the PS1. Let me do it from that one.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's funny. I have played video games recently. I played on a guys' night. It was really cool.
Oh, I
that
wouldn't know.
you were invited
Ooh,
to.
that's right.
Yeah, I
Remember
know.
when
You were invited.
Remember that time you weren't there?
Remember when you were invited?
You didn't come.
Yeah.
I remember.
But basically, what I was getting at was that we played Halo. We played Free For All for a while. Remember that? And then I
Yeah.
won every single Free For All game we played.
You
Remember
won
that?
every single free for all of
Yeah.
like the four of us that played.
No.
And
No.
There were seven of us all together, and you lost a lot.
It's because they were all versing me, and
You lost
they got frustrated.
Yeah,
They got frustrated because I kept.
I don't think it was that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
No, we did watch the first episode of the Band of Brothers though.
Oh, really?
We did watch that.
Yeah.
With Russ. Ross.
Yes, with Ross.
With Ross.
Ross is in that.
And Phoebe.
Yeah.
And Jen.
and
Then Joey, Rachel, they're all in there.
Fergie.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of
They all
friends,
run up Curry.
Courtney Cox.
What about?
Courtney Arquette. She has a lot of plastic surgery.
Yes.
She does, yeah.
Yes, she
And
does.
she doesn't look like herself anymore.
I agree.
And I'm wondering what you guys think about plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Like, would we get it when we get older?
Yeah.
That
would
type
you-
of thing.
And give me a reason. Give me a reason in what you would get it, if you would get it.
Who wants to go first, guys?
Well, I wouldn't get it because I feel like you 9 out of 10 times look worse.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah. So I wouldn't get it. If I had to absolutely get it, I'd probably get some of my tummy fat sucked out. If that counts as plastic surgery.
I don't think so.
Wait, why? Okay, that's like such a. We could all agree with that, right? That you look worse when you get plastic surgery often.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then why? Why do people do it?
I think
I
they
mean,
get.
what?
No, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Let your phone.
No.
Your phone want to talk?
What?
It's his plastic surgery.
Shut up, phone. It's
Stupid
my
ant.
plastic surgeon.
Stupid. I'm listening.
Answer carefully. No, I'd get my butt done, you know? Yeah. I saw you trying to hold it together for half a second. It wasn't going to happen.
I wasn't ready for that.
If I could get it like into like a cube kind of like shape,
Oh, yeah, get like a
or like a triangle, I would
like
do
a
that.
cube butt. Like
Like a really like point.
Yeah.
Was the point sticking out though? So like if you wore sweatpants, you just got
put,
this.
you just put two holes into the couch? Is that... Triangle butt. Pyramid butt. Pyramid butt? Pyramid butt. It's like Minecraft or something.
No question.
craziness.
Is it is it both cheeks or points? Or is it just both come to one point? I think
So half pyramids. Oh man. You see them just like
It's like the test and readiness,
moving
man.
past each other like this.
When you walk,
Oh man, we are ridiculous.
It's funny.
So, plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't get it.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me. Definitely not. You don't. You look worse when you get it.
Although maybe like little things, like maybe where I've seen before, where like when you get really old, like some people have that problem, like where their eyelids like are like really too heavy and they'll like kind of almost block their vision or push their like eyelids down or something. I would consider if I got really old and that was
that's
restricting my
functional.
vision. Yeah, my vision.
Yeah.
My vision. I would.
Your vision?
Yeah, I would fix that.
No, there's.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta fix that vision.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
So that's something that I would do.
Why is it plastic surgery? Like, why isn't it another, like, metal
Yeah.
or, like, concrete surgery? You know, like,
Mercury.
Or why isn't it called flesh surgery?
or
That's a good
flesh
point.
surgery.
Yeah.
Or brick wall surgery. Like,
Or brick
I can't
wall
believe it's not
surgery.
brick wall
Or
surgery.
tomato soup surgery. Hey, let me feel
Lobster bisque surgery.
Let me feel your flabbiness with the tomato soup.
Now, if you're my dad, definitely get plastic surgery because his nose is way too big. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
My
right,
nose
Dad.
is perfectly shaped.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Right.
his is ridiculous. I got it from him. I mean, no, I didn't. But he needs to get surgery on that sucker.
Yeah, but lucky
Yeah.
for him, you can tell when he's lying.
That's true.
Yeah.
He must be lying constantly.
I don't know. He's your dad. You tell us.
Yeah.
Do you think that any, like,
Hope you're listening.
animals, like land animals or creatures of the sea, would benefit from plastic surgery? If so, which ones?
Oh gosh.
Land animals
Land
or creatures
animals
of the
or
sea.
creatures of the sea.
I think, for instance, hammerhead sharks, they
Yeah,
could benefit
but
from
from
Yeah,
plastic
plastic
yeah. I
surgery.
feel like
Move those eyes a little
get
bit.
those eyes a little closer together.
Yeah. That's definitely a deformity. That's not natural.
Yeah, that's not okay.
It's evangelizing to the creatures of the sea. Is plastic surgery for sharks.
Isn't there a breed of dog where they have so much fat around their eyes that it like droops over their eyes? Or am
Yeah.
I making that up?
Or I think like even like dogs like pit bulls, like the reason their nose is smushed back is because like it actually impairs their breathing. Like it's not good for it to be
Yes.
pushed.
Pugs have that problem
Yeah,
too.
they can't lay on their backs. They have problems breathing if
Yeah.
pugs lay on their backs.
I think you're talking about Shar-Pei.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sharpa.
Shiraz. Chopin.
No, it's it has
Chopin.
Like, they have like flabs of
Yeah.
all over their face.
Adorable to look
Yeah.
at.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they're
they don't know
really
where they're walking.
sweet looking dogs. But yeah,
Yeah.
Dogs are cool.
Yeah.
you have a dog.
I got a dog.
Yeah.
Your dog is crazy.
My dog is insane.
What's your dog's name?
Leo.
Leah.
He's a golden retriever. He's a year old. He's a fluff ball.
Mm.
But he will jump on you with all fours. He will bite you and lick you, and then he'll like go from that immediately to asleep on you on the floor.
I know.
It's really weird.
He is
It's
a
insane.
really funny dog.
Yeah, like he'll gnaw on my forearm.
Yeah.
Like a bone.
Yep.
And like gnaw, like not like he won't bite super hard.
Right.
It's like it's like in between a play bite and a real bite.
Right.
It's like
Right.
just enough force where it's like, okay, this hurts.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not like I feel like I'm gonna lose my hand.
What he
you
likes
know?
to do is like fit your arm in his mouth and try to bite it and lick it at the same time.
Yes,
Like, that's
yes,
his
he's
favorite
Yeah.
sticking
thing.
his tongue on as he's
Yeah.
biting.
Yeah.
That's
He
how
wants to taste
you
the
feel
salt
it happening
and
in
feel
there.
the
It's like,
firmness.
oh gosh. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
He wants to
weird.
taste the salt and feel your muscle and bone at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's a crazy.
Wants the
dog.
full experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
we can appreciate that.
Oh yeah, we can. I've done that. I do that every day. Actually, that's how I don't handshake anymore because of COVID and stuff.
You just
I do that.
You just put your mouth on people's
Yeah, I take their
arms
forearms, and I'm like,
and be like, yeah.
Oh, I guess it's a topic
Oh,
change.
topic change.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been keeping track of the
Topic
time, so I don't even know where we are.
Feel
How we
the
doing,
thunder,
Steve?
feel
That's
the
so
rain.
loud.
Topic change. I think it's time for Conspiracy Corner. Starring Jerry Mathers as the beaver.
And Nick Saban.
No.
Hey, Tommy, we done? The music? I think the topic has changed.
Trying.
There we go.
He was trying.
Starring Don Knotts
That knot says.
as the garlic knot.
Woo! All right, so
Nick
that's my Don
Saban
Nuts.
as
So,
the
All
horse
right.
whisperer.
Conspiracies. What
so
you
guys,
got?
have you ever heard of Mount Weather before?
I've heard
No.
of these
No.
two things as separate entities.
Mount and weather.
Yes.
You've heard both of them separately.
Yes.
That's a
Is
start.
it a mountain where all weather happens at the same time?
Or is it kind of like mount the weather, like ride the lightning? Like,
That's closer. Yeah, I think that's what it's all
Ride the
about.
lightning.
So, guys, there's a military base called Mount Weather, and I think it's in Virginia. Okay,
Okay.
you guys
Yeah.
follow me so
I'm
far?
following you, yeah, yeah.
Want
That's
me to
tough.
repeat any of that?
No.
I'm still learning.
Okay. So, anyway, I believe. It sounds so ridiculous when I actually put this into words.
Right?
But I have read up. I love conspiracies. Okay, I
I
read
know
up
you
on
do.
this.
Yeah, we
that
do.
there is a watch it. There's
Okay.
an underground base. I give you the chills already. I know.
Oh.
There's an underground base in Mount Weather, where there is supposedly a underground facility that does research and it's military stuff. Whatever the heck the military is doing down
Yeah,
there.
whatever
right?
the military.
But also there is an underground government down there, okay, ready to take over if there is an incident that causes them to take over. You know what I'm saying? Okay? But anyway,
Do you
here's
mean
the thing.
like if DC were wiped out?
Correct. Yes.
So-
There's like a backup government.
I
waiting
believe
for
that.
Thank you.
So there's like a backup president.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, we already
Yes.
do designated survivor
We do.
in the case of
I remember watching
State of the Union.
a show that talked about like underground bunkers
Yeah.
near DC
Mm-hmm.
that like the president could hide in the case
Yeah.
of, or that government officials could hide in.
In the white underneath the White
Yes.
House.
There's actually
Yeah, with,
rumored
like
to
multiple
be
levels of and like
Yes.
conference
Yeah.
rooms and like crazy.
There's actually rumored to be a whole pneumatic train underground that can transport the president from like DC across the country if need be in like a matter of hours, like something like that. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but on top of that, I actually met somebody when I used to work at an undisclosed location at a car dealership back in the day. I talked with a guy who was a
You
retired.
gotta watch it. The NSA is gonna come
Oh, they're
contact
listening,
us.
and I don't care.
Yeah.
Come at me, NSA.
We
Come at me,
contact the
NISA.
NSA
I don't think you want
frequently,
that.
though,
Come at me, NISA.
because
So,
when our
As soon
camera
as we're
audio
done
goes
here,
out,
a black van just drives up and we see Rich. We're just like, all right, see you, Rich.
Like, see you
Have
guys.
fun. Be home for dinner.
So I worked with this guy who was a retired intelligence officer in the military, and he was talking to me about. This is before I even knew what Mount Weather was all about. He was telling me about this base. He said back in the 70s, he went on this base for the first time. So he opened it and went underground, and they had. It was like an underground city. Like they had office buildings underground. They had traffic lights. They had cars going from buildings to buildings down there. And he said in the 70s, they had computer monitors that were flat screens back then. And basically was talking about like the technology that the military was working on or already had back then, but was not public knowledge or released to the public until much later. And
How could they do cars with the carbon monoxide?
I don't know.
So
Excuse me. Probably ventilation, I would think, right? They need
Sir,
oxygen
they're coming
down there,
through
so
the
it's probably
ventilation
not
shaft.
typical, ventilation, right? They need oxygen. It's purified air, Steve. It's not that
So
complicated.
you're telling me they built an entire city underneath the ground?
Yes.
This is like Journey to the Center of the Earth kind of crap.
Well, it's not that far down, but yeah, we're probably talking. Maybe.
Lee Harvey Weinstein Oswald.
So who was the guy that you were talking? Like, what was his role in all of it, or could he not tell you?
He didn't tell me, but he said that he was in. I think he said he was in naval intelligence, and he went to that base at one point and told me the stuff that was down there.
And how
A little
old
bit
was
of
this
stuff.
guy?
He was probably in his late 70s.
6 or 7.
And did he have
He was in
Alzheimer's?
readiness.
No, he was a very intelligent guy, actually. He was doing this in his retirement. He was just doing internet quotes for cars and stuff, and he was like,
And do you think he was doing it just to be interesting?
I don't think so. He seemed like a legit dude.
Yeah.
I looked him up one time on LinkedIn, and he did have naval intelligence on there. So
Was this in an improv scene? Was this your improv workshop?
Oh,
no, guys. No, I don't.
that was a good one. Good one, Joe.
I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, but really you do.
Don't tell me what I appreciate, sir. So yeah, guys, that's my conspiracy corner for the day.
That's it? We're just supposed to take that at face value.
Yeah,
huh?
take it for face value. Believe it, live it, love it.
Learn it.
Tommy, what do you think?
Lozenge.
No, not just random words.
No,
What do you
Tom,
think?
snap out
You
of it.
want my thought?
Yeah.
My big thought or my tiny thought?
Whatever one's more
We
intelligent.
have
Yeah.
ideas that surmount mountain.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Rich, I believe 60% of that. 70%.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about there.
I don't
I'm
think
about
that
there.
Okay.
I don't believe in the underground train that goes across the country, and I don't believe in the cars. I believe everything else.
Okay.
But
It's also possible
I
that
could
it
be
wasn't
wrong.
cars. He might have told me something else. I just don't remember it properly. Watch it.
I don't know what's going
However,
on here.
I just saw. I was thinking of you the other day because I saw Interstellar on Saturday for the first time ever.
Great movie, right?
It was really good, and then
It's a
I
great movie.
got thinking like, how much of this is actually possible? Because like, it seems pretty sciencey.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about like extraterrestrial life, black holes,
Rich.
our ability to get to other galaxies, and I thought about Rich. Like Rich believes in extraterrestrial life,
Yeah.
or he likes to at least explore it.
Explore extraterrestrially? Yeah, he does.
And
He goes up in the
Yeah.
spaceships all the time.
I just think it would almost be more weird if there wasn't extraterrestrial
agree.
life or another inhabitable planet.
Yeah.
I
I
think
agree.
It'd be weird if that wasn't the case.
Yeah. Joe, what are your thoughts?
So I don't really know anything about any of this.
Neither do I, but I'm talking.
But true. So I am going to start talking right now. And Rich, so in your research, is there any evidence that points to extraterrestrial life being like in a specific location?
Yeah, so it depends. So there's several things. So as far as things that have happened, like documented events that have happened on Earth, like it's actually crazy, but you can go to the FBI website and there are documents that are declassified now that like the Roswell incident, for example. Like there are documents that were the official reports of the responding FBI agents on the scene talking about the craft that was crashed and talking about the bodies that were recovered that were humanoid bodies that were much smaller and thinner, like describing them. Like they're all declassified documents on the FBI website. You can go to the FBI website and find them, which is crazy. So things like that are becoming more declassified. But as far as extraterrestrial life elsewhere, so there have been documented cases of receiving. Now this is not something that's like proven, for example, to be like, yes, for sure this is it. But like receiving very strong radio frequencies from like light years away from like they can pretty much target it towards galaxies or solar system, like star systems that they are aware of, things like that. There's also an amazing book called, I'm gonna get shot, I know it, but I'm gonna say it all.
Bob Lazar?
Yeah, well, Bob Lazar, that's an amazing one. That's a really cool dude to look up.
Bob Laser.
Bob Laser.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar is awesome to look up. He was a guy that came out in 1991 claiming that he worked in this facility called Area 51. It was not even known at the time that existed. When he came out and said it, then it was disclosed that it did exist. But he's remained consistent his entire life and like talked about things that he worked on that was just unbelievable. Like we're talking like anti-gravity propulsion and all this kind of stuff he was working on. But
So I want to
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
I want to know. There are 140 documented cases that were like just declassified this past year.
yeah,
Yeah.
from the Pentagon stuff that they were talking about.
Yeah.
Jazz.
What were they?
Like what were the actual objects they were looking at?
Yeah.
I think, personally, that I've looked at all that stuff, and it's awesome to
Yeah,
look
it's
at.
kind of wild.
I think that a lot of it is, I think it's potential. This sounds crazy saying this, but you know what? Somebody's got to freaking say it. I think that potentially,
Might as well be you.
yeah, I agree.
We're not going to say it and ruin our reputations.
I think it could be. I think it could be alien, like extraterrestrial visitation, but also, I believe that there is experimental aircraft that we work on that even our own government isn't aware
I
of.
think
I
that's
think
what
that's
it is.
very true.
And it gets funding because during the Bush era, Donald Rumsfeld said that there was like $50 billion that was going towards military spending that they couldn't trace and track where it was going. Like even our own elected government didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
And a great book that I read, it's called Behold the Pale Horse. Fantastic book. The author was shot and killed actually for tax evasion back when he was writing this book. He was he was the head of naval intelligence.
You sound
in the military.
like
How long ago was this?
He was killed in the 90s. He wrote the book in the early 90s, and Bill Clinton came out and said that he was one of the most dangerous men in America, and that he was killed for tax evasion. So anyway, don't give me a laugh because you know it's true.
You sound like resident number one right
Search
now.
your feelings.
So I'm a very big Blink-182 fan. So
Me
you're
too.
familiar? Yeah?
Yes.
Aliens
Oh my
exist?
gosh! Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Tom DeLonge,
Yes.
you're familiar with like his
Recently, I've
research?
become
Yeah.
acquainted
We
with him,
talked
but
about
yes.
this
We did.
like a
was-
couple months ago on the podcast.
Tom DeLonge cites Bob Lazar.
Yeah, he did. I
Yeah.
think he did a documentary on Bob Lazar. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Sorry, keep going.
No, I just wanted to know your thoughts on like what he, like the research he's done. If
Oh
you're,
yeah, I
if
love
you're
it.
familiar.
No,
with
actually,
it.
I have done research on it since we talked about it last, and I'm like fully on board with everything because like everything he talks about, like it's stuff that is believable, and it's things that there are documentation to back up what he's saying. Like, it's not like he's just coming out of the blue and like coming up with a theory. It's like no, like these are things that are documented. There's government documentation on certain things taking place. So like, I'm on board with everything he talks about. I think he's right on.
How long have you like been researching all this?
I had a huge interest in it from being from a child, but I would say not from a child telling me, as a child.
That's what I was imagining.
A child told me, "Hey, do you believe in aliens?"
Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
But as a child, I got very interested in UFOs and stuff because it was just like it's the unknown and it's like it's paranormal. So I was like, "Oh, this is amazing, like crazy." And I did see a couple UFOs one time. I'm sure if I ever told you this, you're gonna laugh, but I did see it, and people laugh at me, but it's true. And then like that really got me interested in it, and then I just started researching a lot, and yeah, just the technology behind it fascinated me. So.
Was it the ISS?
Dude, I love that we saw the ISS
That was pretty cool.
by accident.
That was nice.
That was really awesome.
Just looked up at the night sky, drool running
No,
out
but
of our mouths.
I definitely believe our our government is working on things that are not privy to public eyes or even
Yes.
I would imagine that's true for
military
every
eyes.
government.
Yeah, exactly.
And suppressing technology.
Right, so some of that is probably the technology in use by other governments as well, also recognized as unidentified flying objects.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, in Behold the Pale Horse, it talks about this. Is a great point. It's like, why would elected officials, like any elected official, really be in on this when they are just temporary employees of the government? When they're elected, but like the president is a temporary employee.
Yeah.
And in 8 years, he's going back to being a civilian again.
But most
you know?
most other government bodies are not elected.
The term limit type.
Right. They're not term
Yeah.
limits, so they can stay for as long as
Correct.
they don't resign or don't release secrets.
Yep.
I think that we should have term limits for congressmen and senators. Thanks.
Okay, welcome to our new political podcast called
These are my ideas.
Mondays with Tommy.
Put mayonnaise on them and enjoy.
Yeah. Jules likes to say that
all
I'm
right.
crazy at parties, and she'll be like, "Hey guys, Rich believes
No,
there's
no,
an
no.
underground
Listen,
government." And
the
I'm
whole alien thing. It's hard to believe that we would have never brushed in aliens in like general public.
Just
Like,
passing
oh,
by.
Yeah, not
Like a
brush
messy
them.
hair
Not
alien.
like. Hey, let me get my hairbrush. Hang on.
You mean like brushed up against one?
Oh,
Like,
what's
I'm
that?
sorry. Oh.
Like general
wait,
public
you're
has
an
never had a
alien.
brush in. A brush in? What's the
Like when you run
brush
into,
abrasion?
when you run into someone
a
from
run
high
in?
school.
Yeah. We run
But
into
it's an alien.
But it's an alien.
That's the thing.
And you're like, hey, you going to the reunion?
There's a term for that.
Bleep, blop, bleep, blurp.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. How would we have brushed up against an alien when, the reality is that if they're out there, they're probably in a different solar system.
That's what I'm thinking.
And the only way
Yeah.
to get there is through a black hole, like the one in Interstellar. What's it called?
I mean, so the
Yes.
odds of them being more advanced than us is actually pretty astronomical. To have two civilizations in the universe that are advanced as we are is kind of nuts. if anything, there's life elsewhere, but it's
Not advanced.
not anywhere near as.
Like they're still on dial-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, but here's an idea.
That was good, Tommy.
Here's a thought though.
They're still
So
on dial-up.
this is something that we could talk about
I don't even know
another
what
day.
DSL is yet.
Yeah. This is something we can talk about another day. But really, I was actually talking to a learned doctor of psychology about this, and you're talking about how it's crazy to think that we our laws of physics are based off what we observe on this planet. But it's there's this concept of what if we were to travel far into space and discover that our law of physics is wrong? Like, what if we discover that
It's not wrong. It's incomplete.
Sure.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
the black hole is
It's
currently doing to our law of physics, right?
No, that's why we have the
it's
LHC.
true here. It's true here on this
Yeah.
planet. But what if on a different planet, a different solar system, there's a different layout for how gravity works or whatever, and we discover, that's not 100% the case.
Well, so that's what the Large Hadron Collider is. It
What's
tries
that?
to it's replicating different boundaries of physics currently known in order to find unknown things that
pretty
are
amazing.
happening in
Have
physics.
we ever thrown something into a black hole before, like a tracker with a tracker on it, and just
We are.
Why have we not done that?
We are hundreds of light years from the nearest black hole, which
Yeah.
is at the center of our Milky Way galaxy.
that's hundreds of light years away?
That means it would take 100 years to get there.
Light years.
Oh, light year. That
So
means
how many- how
that's
many
right.
regular
Hundreds
years
of
would it
years
take?
for light to travel
Yeah,
to get there.
that means if you're traveling 186,000 miles per second, it would
Yes.
take 100 times that.
Or more. It would
Yeah.
be more than that.
So
If
we're
you're
never
traveling-
going to go there.
Yeah, I mean Alpha Centauri is like 50 million or 50
I didn't
light
realize
years
it was
away.
that far away.
It's
from
not
us.
worth the trip.
It's not worth the trip. Yeah.
Well, then how do we
rough
know
trip.
it's
Let's
there?
just say
you
it's not
might
worth
get
it.
there, you probably won't get back.
How do we know it's there then?
Telescopes and all that good stuff.
Like we can see that
certain,
far away.
Certain types
Yeah.
of X-ray radiation that we know of.
We can see like
There was a picture
No,
of
no,
a
no,
black hole.
years.
So all of it is radiation that gets to us from there, and we're detecting it. We're detecting different types of radiation, and we see those different types elsewhere in the known universe. And we can say, oh, well, it must be X or it must be Y.
Yeah. Well, and also, and I don't think we would never be able to get there in conventional means. Like, there's no conventional
Oh yes,
fuel
tell
source.
us about your idea for space
It's
travel.
not my idea. I'm just saying I don't have the ideas for that. But
Richard.
it would take unconventional ways to travel there. Like regular fuel sources on this planet and engine designs would not get us there.
What, you don't want to travel in a V8
V8 splash.
Corvette?
That'd be pretty cool. But I'm talking
A V8 splash?
there is a
Fruit medley.
there is research being done on developing warp technology and where it actually warps space around you, where space is the thing that moves. That's pretty cool. So that's unconventional travel.
I think you've been reading too much Star Trek.
I have another
No.
question about asteroids, space rocks, as they're sometimes called by the homies.
Space rocks.
Yeah.
Homies be calling them space rocks. I call them asteroids.
My friends, they call them space rocks, but I don't think they know anything
Where-
about them.
Like, where do those come from?
Asteroids?
Yeah.
They're usually from planets that have exploded or from comets that have exploded or hit something. Or
So are stars like rocks? Like,
Gas.
but yeah, how's the rock? How's the solid? Is it just, think about it. Like, how's the space rock get there?
Was that
like,
you?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
There
Well,
was something
I mean-
weird going on my throat.
So they took a picture of a black hole recently, actually.
Yeah.
And that was the result of that. I think they witnessed it as best as they could, a star going supernova. And
Yeah.
if that happens, as a result of that, what's going to happen is those planets that are usually pulled by the gravity of that star, they're going to be destroyed from the immense amount of gravitational field that emanates from the explosion of that sun. So those planets might hurl into something else or just explode, and that causes great space debris, or like I said, comets hitting something or whatever. There's a lot of stuff that can cause it, I guess.
What's our
Man, we are
galaxy?
such experts on this,
Is
aren't
our
we?
galaxy called?
Oh my
What's our
gosh.
galaxy called?
It's called Milk Dud.
Yeah, Milk Duds.
Okay, what's the Andromeda galaxy?
That's a Mass Effect video game.
Really?
But that's the closest. That is
the closest other galaxy
Yeah,
to
that's
us.
the closest
I
to the
think
galaxy,
yeah.
and we're talking thousands of light years away.
Yes.
Is it true that our sun is smaller
A
than
woman?
most stars.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah.
male.
There's some stars out there that are unbelievably huge. Like they would fit like hundreds of thousands of our suns inside of it.
Yeah,
How
like
big it
it's
is.
like thousands or millions even of Earths that fit into the sun.
Yeah,
too.
it's insane.
Which is crazy.
Huge
Yeah.
balls of gas burning billions of miles away.
That's the name of the episode.
How are we?
We're getting there.
Okay.
We should probably get to
We should move on.
Yeah,
Current
our
events?
next our segment to finish us off.
What's our segment?
I forget.
I think
Is
it's
it the
current
one that I
events.
brought?
It's the one that you brought.
Yeah.
one that you
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I went on Ask Reddit and I searched through their most popular posts of all time, and I picked out a few. If I can remember where I put it.
You know Reddit.
Yeah,
You guys know Reddit?
Okay.
it's kind of like 4chan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Guys, this is the last episode of our season.
This is
crazy is that?
This is episode
Wow.
13 of
Oh,
season
what
1.
a night. Late December back in 63.
Special time for me. What a lady, what a night.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum,
I forget that.
bum, 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 bum.
Had a funny feeling when she walked Anyway, so Joe, what do you got, man?
Oh, I forgot. I was like, why is my phone out? Okay, so here's the first one. I have like 4 of them.
Love it.
Who's doing
Okay.
this whole thing? Sorry.
I like it. I love
What?
it. I want some more of it.
What life-changing item can you buy for less than $100? Life-changing
Oh,
item.
life-changing item.
I won't say that.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, I've been on this weird kick this week where I've been like interested. Sorry, this is related. This is my answer.
It is. Okay.
Oh,
I watched this Michael Jordan documentary. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I started looking at Jordan
Last Dance.
sneakers.
Right. The
Jordan,
sneakers.
Jordan 1s. The original
Yes,
Jordan
the originals.
sneakers.
yeah.
And it's like, whoa, these are expensive.
Yep.
These are also really interesting. And a lot of people would argue that they change your life. And there's a whole weird community on the internet that collects Jordans.
Oh yeah, I
This
know.
is true. Yeah.
I have a friend who is part of this website where people like make trade offers for sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Have you watched the Jeff Goldblum show on Disney Plus?
Yes, I saw that
there's
sneaker
an
episode.
on sneakers. It's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Wait
yeah.
a minute, I didn't know that Jeff Goldblum has his own show. That's my
On
Jeff Goldblum.
Disney Plus.
Wait, what's it?
on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I don't know
it's
the
a
name
great-
of the website, but
It's a great show. Have
Yeah,
you not
very
seen
good
that
show.
show?
I didn't even know it
Oh,
existed.
you gotta see this show.
Yeah, I would
it's
love
really
to.
good.
yeah.
Let's watch it right
Under
now.
$100 that'll change your life, though.
Oh man.
So my answer is boring, but my answer is a good flannel jacket that I have that fits me like perfectly, and it's warm enough that I can use it pretty much any time of the winter, but it's light and I am not like uncomfortable wearing it inside or outside.
That piece of clothing that fits you perfectly. It's like like you're snug as a bug in a rug.
Yeah.
You know.
Fits you perfectly.
I mean, how awesome is that?
Yeah.
Do you have that in life?
Clothes
Do you
that
know
fit me
what that feels
perfectly?
like?
You guys got
Or is everything a size too small for you?
Feels like to be close to someone.
Oh wait, I just had something really
Have you ever had to
good.
brush in with an alien?
Oh, can this be like at a certain time in my life that I could have bought it?
Sure.
$100 worth of Bitcoin when it first launched.
Oh my gosh.
Won that one.
That's all you care about, Rich? You just want to get rich?
Yeah.
You just want to be rich,
Because then I could spend more money and
Oh
change
my
my life
gosh.
every day.
Oh, jeez. That's like, what do you do with 3 wishes? You ask for 100 more wishes.
That's true. That was kind of a
That's
cop-out
lame.
answer, wasn't it?
It's lame.
It was kind of.
And it has to be under $100, and you said $100.
Oh,
So-
$99.99.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
This is silly.
Yeah, with tax.
I'm gonna say pair of AirPods, $100. The original ones are $100.
Are they?
Yeah, I just got
okay.
some.
Yeah.
It's like, man, my life is so much better since I got AirPods. Like going for a run, completely different experience.
Oh yeah.
I like to fall asleep listening to audiobooks. Completely different experience than choking myself with a wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, this just gets wrapped around.
Yeah.
You. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just so handy.
Handy dandy.
Notebook. Blue Skidoo weekend 2. Yeah. Yeah. Any takers?
It's just random stuff now, huh?
Wine tasting.
Less than $100.
$100.
Oh, that would change your life.
Raspberry cream cheese.
Why didn't I know this?
Because it's not cream cheese.
Oh, I got it. mine's really dumb too, though.
What is it?
It's not dumb. My dog.
I hate that.
My dog.
Aww.
My dog.
You was less than $100.
It was
That's a good
less than
answer.
$100.
You
I
rescue,
got
right?
Like $35 at a shelter.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How much?
That's a really
How much would you pay for him? Put a number
Oh
on it.
God.
now.
No.
He's listening.
He's listening. I would probably pay. I'd probably pay $1,000.
Okay.
I'd probably up to $1,000.
You
He's got $1,000 deductible. That's it.
You'd only pay $1,000 for Andy.
Yeah.
I'd pay $1,100.
Going once.
$1,200.
Going twice.
$1,201.
Oh.
No,
I'm
you know
having a
what? You know
meltdown.
what was always I understand people when a dog or a cat I will never understand, but when a dog gets to their towards the end of their life, and they I know I'm sorry, but when they have like these surgeries that cost $2,000, $3,000, $4,000,
Oh, yeah. There's no way.
and I'm just like I don't know, without pet insurance, I don't know that I would ever do that.
Yeah.
I
There's no way.
love him, but how much longer is he gonna live?
Yeah.
Like,
we made that mistake
3
with
or
our
4
dog.
years? I don't know.
We made the mistake with the dog I grew up with. At my parents' house, my dog growing up, when he was 9, he had diabetes pretty bad.
Yeah.
And he had cataracts, and we paid to get his cataract surgery. It was like $4,000 or something.
Oh my gosh!
And he died 2 years later.
Wow.
And it was like not
Was
even.
that so he could see better?
Yes. He
So
was
that
blind.
that was kind of like the glaucoma thing.
Yeah.
That was
So we
like-
could have just
that
given him
was-
weed.
Yeah. Your dog could have been smoking weed.
I
It would have
know.
been fine.
He could have been like Snoop Dogg.
Bernie Sanders would have saved my dog.
All right, what's the next one, Joe? What's the next
Yeah,
one?
next one,
I
next one.
forgot. Next one. I'm trying to pick the best one.
You know, when I was a child. Sorry.
What song is 10 out of 10, yet hardly anyone has heard of it? I have 2 answers. Going back to Blink 182, Even If She Falls.
Even if she falls in love.
That's like maybe my favorite song of all time.
Yeah.
And then also a song called Oviedo. That's Neighborhoods. Oviedo by a band called Blind Pilot.
I like Blind Pilot.
wow.
I
Yeah?
know Oviedo.
That's the only song I know by them.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
A good band.
You know
Oviedo
them like
Loco.
you
That's
know
a
of
good-
them, or you know them.
Of them.
Of them. Okay.
Vida
Listen to
loca.
Gotcha.
Is this like it's not on the radio?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
10 out of
Or like
10.
if you were to name it, like chances are we've never heard of it.
That's a good question. Wow.
So there's one I know specifically that you've definitely heard of. like the new Angels and Airwaves stuff.
Oh yeah.
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 But I'm trying to think of like anything that like I would have. So hang on.
Spice
Hang
up
on.
your life.
You go first. This is all of the songs I've downloaded
I'm
recently.
thinking. Well, that's a tough question. Man. Bye, Tommy.
Perfect topic for a
Tommy.
podcast. People just.
I know, right? They're just like, oh, look at all that blank sound happening right now.
Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. So
Recently added. Okay. Wait, what?
there's a
the
song
opposite.
called "Runaway" by Maroon 5 that I really love. Man.
You got nothing over there?
Okay, this sounds like a joke. I'm dead serious. I like this song. It's called La Appuntamento by Ornella Vanoni.
And what does that translate to?
My shoes hurt.
I don't know, but it was in Ocean's 12, and I looked up the soundtrack and I found this song and this artist, and she has like no plays, and this song is awesome.
That's really cool.
I can read one more if we're.
Yeah, I'm struggling with that. That's a tough
Okay,
one.
I don't have an answer.
John
for this
Mayer.
one.
Whose body is a wonderland?
That's a
Your
very
body's a
that's a very
wonderland.
famous song, Tommy.
So you are
Wait,
offered.
I have one. I
Okay.
have one.
Okay.
Closer to the Sky by the Glorious Sons.
I know I have one.
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right, I'm going to read this
Yeah,
one.
I'll just research.
You are offered $1 million if you can hide a pair of car keys from the entirety of the FBI force for 7 days. Where do you hide the keys?
Wait, can you say that question again?
Say
Sure.
it again. 'Cause
Just say the question.
Just the question part? Okay. You are offered $1 million if you can hide a pair of car keys from the entirety of the FBI force for 7 days. Where do you hide the keys?
Easy, bury it.
in a bear's butthole.
What if the bear dies during the wait?
Is that what the BBB
So, okay.
stands for?
Yes, the BBB.
So we're talking like a ton of keys because it's the entire fleet of FBI vehicles in the country.
No, I think you have like your car
pair of
keys,
keys.
but you have to hide it from the entire FBI.
Oh, it's my keys.
They're all
The
gonna try to
entire
get it
FBI
from
is looking for it.
Oh, okay. So like, I feel like burying them would be something they would think of right away. So like that's
How would they know
something.
where to
So
look?
your answer is really stupid.
How would
That's
they
what I'm trying
know
to
where
say.
to
If you
look?
think
Metal
like,
detectors.
yeah,
Yeah.
they'd like tear down a house looking for these.
But how would they know
Right.
where to take the metal detector?
Well, that's the idea of the entirety
Well, you
of the
start at the
FBI.
beach.
So
Ooh, man.
think of the idea that
They have to track. You can track
they
their
have
movements.
as many resources as possible to look for something.
Like using your phone to track your movements. They're talking to people who have seen you recently, like talking about like things you've talking about wanting to do. This is gonna be a tough one.
Maybe like flushing it down the toilet.
So they would have a week
good
to
idea.
find it, and you win if it's more than a week. Is that the idea?
You win $1 million if they can't find it
I
in
think it
7
would take a
days.
week
7
if you flush
days.
it down the toilet.
Well, no, they would they would think of that and go to the most the closest water treatment plant, and I'm sure find things that have been trapped there. Like that'd be something they would look for.
I'm gonna say put him on my Jack Russell Terrier mix of a dog, and just let him go.
Here, you're free.
Good luck catching him. Now, who am I kidding? He would just run up to them and start looking
Oh.
at them anyways.
Okay.
What you got?
Hold on. Okay. I would fly to go on vacation to the Maldives off the coast of India, if you will.
Oh, yes, okay.
And then at a random time,
Now, are you using your credit card or cash?
cash. Of
You
course
have enough cash for that?
Yeah.
Easy.
You
Yeah.
sure about that?
Yeah.
You don't have to take out a loan?
Dude,
Went
I'm
to
rich.
The ATM.
Oh.
So I would drop the keys out of the airplane at a random moment.
Because it's pretty easy to open a window on an airplane. To do
That's
that.
right. That wouldn't work.
Or
Dang
a
it.
door.
No, you
you
take.
can open the door.
I know the answer. You take it to the White House. It's the last place they'd look. Too obvious.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Good call.
Or the,
Good call.
the
Or-
doghouse.
Or Mount Weather.
I do like this
There you
idea.
go.
Because they would
Yes.
assume you don't know about Mount
Oh,
Weather.
Exactly.
oh, yes.
Although they hear this podcast now, they would know.
I do like the idea of dropping them out of an airplane, though.
I do
Because like
too.
it's a you don't even know where they'll land.
in the ocean.
Yeah,
Drop them over the ocean.
the ocean would be good because they're metal. They're gonna sink.
You're not gonna get.
See,
them
here's the
back, though,
thing:
either.
you would have to actually be in like a Cessna or like one of those stunt planes.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I have a
Because
friend
you
who flies
don't
planes.
want to be able to have been tracking the trajectory necessarily.
Yes. And there's no record of me buying tickets for a plane. I would just fly with a friend.
Exactly.
That's it.
And then you don't do a flight log,
Oh yeah.
right?
I'll just take off from I'll meet with somebody who's down south somewhere who lives on an airfield in the grass, and they just take off their plane and fly it around.
Oh no! And then you need parachutes, and you just let the plane go down, so they can't
No evidence.
read any of the instruments.
And there's no evidence.
Oh wait, the black box. You'd have to do something about that. You take the black box with you.
Yeah, I'll just take the black box with me.
Yeah,
I'll dump it in the ocean, and then I'll kill my
Dump
friend.
it in the oceon.
Well, you know, like,
Kill your friend.
for example, like on your.
I'm
your
never getting my pilot's
jeans.
license.
Like jeans have the pockets here, but then there's also that smaller pocket.
Oh yeah, the
above.
watch, like
Yes.
the watch pocket type.
That's
thing.
where you're gonna do it.
I'd put the keys in that pocket.
They'd
There
never
you
guess.
go.
They'd feel like
Yeah.
I don't understand. I can feel them, but they're not there.
Right.
Yeah.
They would never get it.
This is confusing.
No, wait. Can we circle back to a bear's butthole? Because I feel like
Those words
That
never been
could
uttered
be-
before.
that's maybe you shoot them up with a couple tranquilizers, and then you just stash them there.
You insert the keys.
I know,
into
but 7
the
days
bears.
would be a long time for him to not go.
Yeah, that would be.
He would poop the keys out. Or
He would
get
poop the
sick
keys
Yeah,
and
he would
die.
poop the keys
But-
out. All he'd have to do was
but-
follow the bear for a little bit.
But
Yeah.
you wouldn't know where he would poop them out. He would just go. He would travel
but
for
you would
days.
you would just track him, though.
But it
Put a
could be
tracker
on
you're
on.
right.
Aunt Susie's
The bear
lawn
box.
for all
Bear
we
box.
know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would go to the grocery store and put it in a can of I can't believe it's not brick
Wait a
wall.
minute. Could I melt the keys down in acid?
I don't see why not.
That's like, dude, that's what Breaking Bad guy does, Walter White.
And
Ooh, you take an imprint
Bodies.
of them, and then you melt the keys down, and they're like, oh, I don't know where to find the keys now.
and then
you
when
know?
they're done, I can just fill the mold up with stuff, and I got the keys back.
Exactly. Yep.
3D print those mother truckers.
Yeah.
All right, we got it.
Yeah, that's it.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Joe,
Yeah.
thanks for coming, man.
Thank you so much. This was great.
Yeah. Hey,
we learned a lot today.
What do you? We want you to shout things out. What are you gonna shout out?
Well, I do an improvised podcast. It's called Fair Deal, an improvised What is it?
Improvised mediation,
An improvised
right?
mediation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's available on Apple and Stitcher and Google and
Spotify.
and anywhere you get your podcasts. I'd also like to shout out Blink-182.
Me too.
My favorite
Yeah.
band of
That's
all
an indie
time.
band. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
And Angels and Airwaves.
And
And Angels in the
Yes.
Outfield.
And-
Yes.
No,
Great movie from
Danny
the 90s.
Glover?
Yep.
yeah, really like Danny Glover.
And Field of Dreams.
Joseph
and
Gordon-Levitt.
Costner.
Very young Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, very young. But the kid,
Tony Danza.
the other kid, Tony Danza's in it, and he's like supposed to just gonna die for no reason.
He had cancer.
Did he? Is that what it
Smoking.
was? Oh, right. Oh, that's what he said.
And also, Christopher Lloyd is in it.
Yes. All right, everybody. Goodbye.
I love that music.
Thanks so much for listening to the How's This Good for Anybody podcast. We certainly hope it brought you laughter, joy, and sadness.
And thank you to our guest, Joe Wendrychowicz.
Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us on all of our social media platforms. If you're not sure if we're on it, just search us. That's HTG4A or at How's This Good for Anybody podcast. See you next week.